Y'all, this story is absolutely crazy. So, a Utah father pictured here on the left has been charged with torture after he took his 3 children on a nightmare of a hike in the woods. So, this is 31-year-old Micah Smith, and he was charged with torturing and abusing his 3 young children after they were all hospitalized following a scary and unsuccessful hike. This was in a canyon. According to reports, Micah was arrested yesterday on Tuesday, November 25th. This was over a month after he took his children, who were ages 2, 4, and 8, on a doomed hike through the Broads Fork Trail, which is in Big Cottonwood Canyon. Later that day, when they started the hike, all of them were reported missing. They were eventually all found fighting for their lives after a horrible storm came through that area. This horror hike and incident lasted for 24 hours before they were rescued. Reportedly, Micah, the father, sustained third-degree frostbite. Then, 2 of his kids were found to be in critical condition, which included the 4-year-old little boy who had no pulse when first responders arrived. Reportedly, the little boy, the 4-year-old, needed CPR for 25 minutes before his heart luckily started to beat again. His body temperature was just 62.6 degrees when he was admitted to the hospital, and that is unreal. Now, according to reports, the 8-year-old was found in stable condition, but it was said she was traumatized after it all because she was scared for her family's life, bless her heart. Reportedly, after all this happened, there was a GoFundMe that was set up for the family, but it has since been deleted. But the GoFundMe claimed that Micah, the father, had bravely sacrificed himself to protect his children by lying on top of all of them to keep them warm. However, authorities have since said it was all his fault, as he was the one who put their lives in danger to begin with. It was also said by authorities that the 3 children had expressed fear about the hike before they even went on it, but their dad, Micah, didn't pay them any attention. Unbelievable. The Salt Lake County District Attorney's Office has since said this is about the emotional and psychological harm the kids went through. It was said the way Micah acted was in a depraved manner that caused emotional harm to all of his children. Investigators reportedly wrote in the arrest papers that Micah's intentional and selfish acts left the children in grave danger, with one of them dying and being recovered several times and will never fully recover. Now, according to reports, Micah and his 3 children left their home that morning at around 9 a.m. to go on that hike. And after 8 horrible hours, they finally reached the summit, which was an elevation of around 11,300 feet. A 2-year-old going on that now. It was said by the time they reached that point, it was already dark and cold, and the air then got foggy and it started to rain and hail. Micah allegedly said that by 8 p.m. they had gone down around 600 feet from the summit. But then the youngest child, the 2-year-old, slipped and fell and hit his head on some rocks, and that's when Micah decided that he and his 3 kids should seek shelter. Micah said the youngest child lost consciousness, and he then performed CPR on him until he started to breathe again. Now y'all listen to this. According to reports, Micah left his children behind and then started going down that mountain alone. He also allegedly admitted to the fact that he was unfamiliar with this trail and that he felt comfortable hiking in the dark, although his children were scared too. The 8-year-old reportedly told investigators that she warned her dad about 2 miles from the summit that they should turn around, but he refused and said, "This is a once-in-a-lifetime type thing." The little girl also said she was worried she was going to die during the whole thing. Reportedly, Micah recorded the hike on his phone, and in one of the video clips, the 8-year-old daughter is heard, "Are we going to freeze to death, Daddy?" Police said he then harshly responded to the child and said they were almost to the top of the mountain. It was further said at a press conference that Micah, the father, has a bit of a surprising history. According to reports, about a month before the incident, Micah had expressed suicidal thoughts and told an officer, a police officer, he was going to take a hike up to the top of a mountain. Then an axe and 2 guns were found in his vehicle at that time, but he denied he was planning to use them. On November 10th, he was reportedly banned from going to the hospital where his little boy is being treated, the 4-year-old son, and that was due to allegedly tampering with equipment. He was eventually charged with 3 counts each of child torture and aggravated assault, which are all reportedly first-degree felonies. He still remains in police custody, and he has no bond as of now. This is absolutely insane. He definitely put those babies in horrible danger, and he almost killed them, so he should definitely have to face the consequences of his actions. Should he have been arrested and charged? Let me know what you think in the comments. And for more true crime, be sure to follow and subscribe over on YouTube.